Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Claude and Friends, and we are going to look forward to the Chelsea game, the big London derby tomorrow night. Chelsea in good form this season, fourth in the league, doing really well under Frank Lampard. And I've got a special guest in the studio today. I've got Lewis from Blues Fan TV. Welcome, Lewis.
You're
welcome.
right, Claude. Nice to be on.
Thank you, mate. How is Blues Fan TV going at the moment? It's doing well?
Yeah, it's doing really well. We're this close to 100k. So, guys, if you haven't already, please don't forget to like and subscribe to Blues Fans TV. We'd really appreciate it.
Good,
Just needed to add that in anyway.
Good, man. And we've also got first appearance as well for Daniel. Hello, Daniel. How are you? All the way from Dorset, isn't it? Was it?
Exeter.
Exeter. Yeah, that's right. All the way from Exeter.
Yeah,
Travelled all the home games, Daniel, and a lot of away games, don't you, Daniel? You go all the games it's possible. You go, don't you?
Yeah, most of them, Claude. When I can get to them, yeah, I'll go to them all, mate.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The amount of travelling you do is amazing, and all credit to you, mate. All credit.
Made it a lot easier now because I got my guide dog, so it'll be a lot easier to get to the games and that. So got my second guide dog.
Oh, good. That's good. Then he'll be starting to go. Will he start to come to the next game? Will he?
From mid-March. As soon as I get back from Australia, he's going to start coming.
All right. Yeah, you're going to Australia. That'd be nice. That's lovely. Also in the building is Johnny Buttons. How are you, Johnny?
Not bad, Claude, my friend. You? How's things?
Yeah, I missed the drink with you on Saturday. We was meant to be for a drink, but you was in a rush to get. Hope everything was all right in the end. But
yeah, it was. It was unnecessary for me to actually go in the end, but I still managed to. I still had a few for you, mate. I still got pissed and that, so I had a good evening.
Was you with Jack? Was you?
No, I was with Jack, but then Jack he had to go because his horse was running at Chelmsford.
Oh, right.
He went there, and then I went back, and I went with a few of the lads that I sit with, and we just went back and had a few beers, and but yeah, it was good, mate. It was good.
That's great. Right, let's look back at the weekend. I'm going to start with our Chelsea fan, Lewis. From what I saw of your game on Saturday, you dominated the game for long periods, but unfortunately didn't have the cutting edge. Am I right?
That's literally it. It was another one of those games where you could have played for another hour and we still wouldn't have put the ball in the net. It was so frustrating. And we were speaking about earlier before we went live, I get there's inconsistencies that are going to come with this Chelsea squad. And I get that even though we've done really well, I don't want to be negative because we're still fourth place. We still got a huge gap on fifth place. Like 5 points is still pretty decent. We've lost a little bit of the lead, but we still got Manchester United and Tottenham coming back. So the opportunity's there to regain that. And we've been a lot stronger in those bigger games. I think a big problem with Chelsea is that we are a bit complacent. We like to turn up for the big occasion, but for the games that we should really be winning, we don't. And it's like you see two Chelseas, you're not really sure what to predict.
Yeah, I'm just going to put this matter because there's a super chat coming in. Chadwick Moffat, good evening, mate. He's glad to see you, Daniel. He says he loved your AFTV interviews. Guy has a lot of passion and tells it how it is. That's for you, Daniel, from Chadwick.
Well, thank you very much, Chadwick.
Right, and also, Claude, someone's coming with another one with a bench bit. Say, Claude, go and do some sit-ups. Yeah, you're right, mate. You're absolutely right. Spot on. I can't argue with that. And thanks for Chadwick for that. And going on to Chelsea's, going on to your. Do you think there's a bit of because they're a young side that there's inconsistency in their team?
Yeah, and I think the whole winter period's just proven it because we beat you lot away and then we beat Tottenham away as well. But then in between that, we also lost to Southampton, lost at home to West Ham as well. I think that's the first time we lost them at home since 2003. Also lost to Bournemouth at home. Granted, we did beat Burnley 3-0 at home the last game. We've won our last two games at home, but our home form's been what's been letting us down this season.
Yeah, but I thought when we played, we dominated the game for about 75 minutes, and then you woke up in the last 15 or so, didn't you? And won
No,
the game.
I'd say a bit earlier into the second half. I'd say first half was all you guys, but we dominated most of that second half. We just weren't putting the ball into the net again. The last 10 minutes, you guys just slipped up.
You had a lot of the ball in the second half without really getting in behind us. But then that mistake by, right, I've got to say, your player should not be. Not being.
Hey,
hard.
the ref was awful for both teams. Me and Robbie been arguing about this all weekend.
Yeah, no. What I'm trying to say is that that he should have gone off, really, shouldn't he? That was the second yellow.
Yeah, but so should David Luiz have gone off for that kick on Kante. And the whole first half, it was like 12v11. Ref was awful for both teams.
Yeah, okay, all right then. I'll let you have that, Lewis. All right, mate. All right, Daniel. Let's move on to Arsenal. Yeah. What was your impression of the game on Saturday, mate? Did you think we deserved? Do you think that it was a point gained or 2 points? 2 points dropped? Because I mean, what am I saying? Did we drop 2 points, or were we really lucky in the end not to get beat? Because I thought in the end they could have actually snatched it.
I thought attacking wise, we were a little bit. We weren't that great, but I thought defensively actually we weren't too bad in that game. The one thing that Arteta's improved us on is we're not getting cut open as much as we used to under Emery. Under Emery, it'd just be literally they our opposite teams will cut through our defense like butter. But I just feel at the moment we're a bit more defensively sound. Maybe we focus too much on the defensive side of our game on Saturday rather than the attacking side of our game. But I actually, it is 2 points dropped, but in terms of performance wise, I didn't think the performance was that bad. After the game, I thought the performance was a bit awful, but having to sort of think about it a bit more and, sort of the next day after sort of going, actually, maybe defensively we weren't that bad. Maybe it was, it's still a learning curve for some of these players, with the new system that Arteta is trying to get them to play. Factor in that we've got a lot of injuries. Which is not helping him, not helping. We've got no fullbacks. We're having to use players out of position as fullbacks. So I think there's not really much else he could have done. And we have to remember as well that Sheffield have got the second best defensive record in the Premier League, apart from Liverpool. So they were going to be a hard team to break down. I think we have to be a little bit patient in what we expect as Arsenal fans, because we're not going to see. He's not going to work miracles. He's not going to work miracles overnight, and we know that some of this team is not good enough, and that part of their problem is inconsistency. But I think we've just got to remember the bigger picture and let's judge him after a transfer window, because this one he ain't going to do nothing to change it. We just got to be, we got to put up with the players we've got. And from his press conference earlier, it doesn't look like we're actually going to be getting anybody in.
Because I heard tonight, I don't know, Johnny, did you hear tonight about a new signing? Someone was telling me we've got someone. I've just got indoors. We've had a horrible day, but someone said we bought a left back tonight. I mean, I don't know if that's true. Has anyone heard that? Johnny, did you hear about that?
I've been hearing it all week, to be honest, Claude. I don't know. He's the left back for Paris Saint-Germain.
Yeah, I heard that's got it's virtually done, but I'm not 100% because I just got home and I haven't seen it properly. But
there's also serious talk of coming back again about Boateng till the end of the season, which I'd take even if it's on loan, because when you got players like we have at the back, I'd take anyone, to be honest.
I think we have a big problem at the back. I don't think any of them will be. I think come the summer, I think Arteta's got to make a big decision on that. I think there's going to have to be a bit of a clear out, because I agree with Daniel. We've got to be patient, because it's 5 games in and I'm hearing people even saying Arteta out, which I find, the mess that Emery's left, for me, I mean, it's going to take a long time to clear up. And I think we've got to be patient at least to the end of the season and wait till the end of the season. And then he can assess what he's got and then really rebuild in the summer, because I think what he's with this squad at the moment is just simply not good enough. I mean, any comments here coming through? Everyone is saying, "Are you very confident tomorrow, Lewis? You must be. I mean, the first game I thought we was very unlucky. I don't think we deserved to lose the game. I thought at least we could have got was a draw. I didn't think we deserved to lose.
I was going to run away with that draw.
I mean, I
was going to run away with that draw until Tammy scored.
Yeah,
because I was shook at 80 minutes. I thought you lot were going to run away with the 1-0.
Yeah. Because I mean, your home form is a bit patchy, isn't it? Really, I think you've lost a couple of games there at home, haven't you, this season?
And most of the issues have been at home. But you lot don't like coming to Stamford Bridge. I know that. No,
our record is very poor at the moment. It's very poor. I think the last time was when Robin van Persie got a hat trick, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, that was it.
To be honest, we don't like going to any ground at the moment. So
our away form is bad. And, we didn't even beat Bournemouth, and Bournemouth are a right mess as well. I mean, everyone was encouraged by the Bournemouth, but when you think about the way Bournemouth are playing this year,
we lost to Bournemouth too. So.
Oh, you lost to Bournemouth. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, but was yours at home or away?
Yeah, it was at home.
Oh,
Bournemouth always do something to us every season. Every season, there's something about Bournemouth. Last season, they beat us 4-0. The season before that, they beat us 3-0. Bournemouth are some bogey team for us.
They're not a bad side, to be fair, are they? I mean, they've overachieved. They've
just had a really bad season this time.
Yeah, but I think they've overachieved under Eddie Howe. So I think that's why a lot of people were trying to poach him early doors. No one expected Bournemouth to still be there in the Premier League by now. So,
no one expects, especially with everything they have. They ain't really got a lot around them, and they're still doing well. I mean, this season's been a poor season for them, but last couple of seasons they've done really well for themselves.
Yeah, they have. No disrespect, I just think they have overachieved, and I think that is good management. Keeping them up, because in the Premier League it's tough, isn't it?
And they've managed to keep hold of their better players as well, which is not a lot of little teams do that, especially when big clubs come in for them, and players like Ryan Fraser and that they've managed to keep hold of. We managed to keep hold of him.
Which is also credit to, as I say, it's credit to the whole system at Bournemouth. You got to take your hat off to them, really.
Oh, so Chadwick's just come in again on this. Lewis, he wants to know: do you think Pulisic is fit enough to play?
Nah, Pulisic ain't gonna be fit enough. He's out for a couple of weeks.
All right.
Reece James is back though. We didn't think he'd be back for Arsenal, but he's gonna be fit. That's a really good strength for us, because he's our only fullback that can really cross.
How do you think Chelsea will go in this game? Do you think they'll go 4-3-3, or will it be?
I think we're going to go 5 at the back, from what Lampard said in his press conference. He said Alonso's back in the squad. So if Alonso's in the squad, that probably means we're going 5 at the back. And I'm not sure how we're going to set out, because we tried that at the start and we weren't really doing anything until we brought Jorginho on. I think that raised the question, who gets benched, Kovacic or Kante, or either one for Mason Mount. I don't even know what we're going to be doing in midfield. Is it? I don't know. I'm not really sure how we're going to set out for this game. I think it might be 5 at the back.
Yeah, so no questions really come. There's a lot of people. Oh yeah, well, I lost. Wait a minute. What's this? No. What? Where is it? What are everyone's thoughts on the panel on Liverpool going the season unbeaten? I think it does look like it, but you never know. I mean, to be honest with you, I don't know what you lot think.
I've
you know
got
what?
to go up and watch them lift the league at the last game of the season. It's peak.
Do you know what? I've actually
We're their last home game.
Oh, you're their last home game.
Yeah, so I've got to go up there while they're celebrating lifting the league. It's peak.
No. Yeah, well,
it's a turnaround since 2014 when we ruined their title hopes.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's going to ruin it this year. I think they're 16 points clear, aren't they?
Yeah, it looks finished.
That's it. It's all about top four now, isn't it? I mean, but I wonder if this unbeaten run, I mean, I don't think Man United gave. They stuck in there, but
to be fair, Man United missed some absolute sitters. Marshall missed an absolute sitter, and I think who was it? Who else went through and
finishing was poor.
Yeah,
I mean, Tottenham should have got something out of them as well. To be honest, I mean they're not. But I think one thing as football fans we can all say they certainly deserve the Premier League title.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. I mean,
they got a great team. It's just a shame it's Liverpool.
By far the best team. The only thing I'm hoping is before the 49ers is at risk with. I think they've got Man City 2 games before the actual. I think it's on 47, isn't it? So hopefully Man City can turn them over so they don't beat our record. That's what I'm hoping anyway. I know they've got Man City before they get to 49. I think that's our only realistic hope now.
When's the Man City game?
Yeah, that's another thing. I'm not absolutely sure about that. I mean, if anyone knows, come in the comments. Come and tell me, but I think it's not that far away.
Thing is, they're on about get this 49 games, but it's not 49 in the league, though, is it? It's just 49 in all competitions, I suppose.
No. It's the 49 would be in the league because their unbeaten run stretches back to last season. That's why they're going.
Oh, yeah, of course, yeah.
I mean, it's probably a bit of pill to swallow. Maybe I'm being a bit immature here, but I still if you look for player, I still think the 49ers are a better team. I mean, if you look player for player and who we had, I mean, you can't, when you've got Dennis Bergkamp, Perez, them sort of players, and then you look at the Liverpool.
Oh, yeah, individually, yeah. I don't think Liverpool, this is why I think this coach, I think is a great coach. They've got some great individuals, but they've got a lot of players that are, if they were other clubs, I think wouldn't be that great. I mean, like Robertson and Henderson and players like that. If there were other clubs, I don't think they were.
Klopp's just made an amazing system.
Yeah,
to be honest, he's got all the players he needs in his team that fit that system. It's a much better team.
When you get rid of Coutinho and you sell your best player, and then everyone questions you for buying Van Dijk, but that changes the whole concept of you as a team. Yeah. He deserves everything he gets, Klopp, and I think bravo. You know, that's proper management.
Let's not forget as well, everybody else in the league has been poor and inconsistent. Apart from Liverpool, everybody else, including Man City, has been poor and inconsistent. You know, and that's why when you get down to, obviously Liverpool have pretty much run away with it, and then anyone from down then is just like second down the table is just been poor.
Well,
like
especially Arsenal
now,
I mean, especially Arsenal, they've really been poor this year. I mean, it's incredible. I think it's got to be one of the worst seasons for about over. I could go back maybe 30 years.
We've been terrible. I mean, if you look at me and Claude have rowed left, right, and centre in the past about Arsene Wenger, but I've got to put my hand on my heart and admit, he should have left a little bit earlier. When Wenger went, we were in a shambles anyway, and Emery took over. It started off all right, but he just made us worse, and it was just And we're in the gallows really. So what Arteta's doing at the moment, you've got to take your hat off to him, because any point at the moment at Arsenal with what he's got, you can clearly see he's changed the dynamics there. You can see there is an improvement. I mean, especially as Daniel was saying earlier, defensively as a unit, we are more solid.
I think Emery should have gone sooner. To be honest, I am still baffled as to why they didn't get rid of him in the international break after we lost to Leicester, because they clearly look.
You should have got in May. Never mind Leicester.
But Arteta was going to get the job because they said, obviously he was touted before Emery got the job, and he was gonna get the job then. It was only because Gazidis decided, before he parted, that he was just going to leave us with Emery, and I just think if they knew that Arteta was going to get the job, which I'm pretty sure they did know, as soon as they realised that Emery wasn't cutting it, they should have just got rid of him. But they left it far too long, in my opinion. Because you think we went 2 months without a win, which is ridiculous. You know what I mean?
And but that's typical Arsenal for you, Daniel, isn't it? I mean, that's typical Arsenal. It's like the transfer market. We've got this thing where we just leave it every time till the last minute in every sort of episode that we indulge in.
But you know what I actually think now that we've got Arteta, and he is, you can tell that he has got a football brain, and that maybe not in January, maybe not in this transfer window, but the transfer window in the summer, it's gonna be. I tell you what, the board have been under scrutiny from the fans for a long time, and and they've been getting away with stuff because Wenger had so much control at this football club. It was unbelievable. But now he's gone, and now that Emery couldn't get the best out of this team, Arteta is actually getting, I believe, what he's doing is he's actually getting the best out of the players he's got, which is credit to him. But when it comes to the summer transfer window, if we don't make changes, we have to look at the board. We have to look at the board, with the players we sign, and
I think we always have to. I think with Arsenal, we've always got to look at the board. And the only thing I will say about Arsenal is the last 2 games, and I don't know if you agree, Lewis or Claude, but the last 2 games, I think against Palace and against Sheffield United, I thought we were unlucky, because if you look at both goals, they were both lucky goals. Arsenal threw away. Arsenal should have had 6 points in the last 2 games. Now, we were the better team in both games. All right, we weren't outstanding. But if you look at the Palace goal, that was pure luck, the goal that went in. And then, to be honest, Sheffield United's goal, it was another bounce, wasn't it? And off it went.
But I know what you're saying, Johnny, but it goes the other way as well. I know what you're saying. I think Palace, I thought we were doing all right until Torreira went off. I thought, but then we lost control of them. I thought we lost control because Guendouzi, for me, has no discipline. And Sheffield United, if I'm going to be honest with you, Johnny, I thought up until we scored that goal in the 40 just before half time, I thought neither team done anything in that game. It was a dead game. And I thought second half we started well, but I thought Sheffield United finished well. I think we have a problem with our fitness as well. Our fitness, we don't seem to be able to play for 90 minutes at the moment.
But Claude, these are professional footballers. We're mid-season. What the fuck have they been doing to be unfit? I'm sorry, but if you can't, it's not a manager's job to get you fit for a game. It's you as a professional footballer. If you can't get yourself fit for a game, then there's something wrong. That's just my.
I think it's more level. I think it's more level of fitness that even though you are, I've played football. I'm sure Lewis and we've played football, and you look at it, and there's different levels of fit. You can still be a professional and not be as fit as other people in the team, and if they're playing as a unit as well, it's like one team. Man City can be fitter than Arsenal. It's possible. You've got fitter players. They've got stronger arts. It's like a racehorse. So it can happen, but we've had some fit teams at Arsenal. We've had some really, really good players, but I just think think we've been totally destroyed from what happened at the end of Arsene Wenger's reign, and then Emery coming in, which was another. I supported Emery, but it was another bad decision from Gazidis or whoever.
Gazidis' parting shot, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, Zayden is a parting message for you, Lewis. He's saying London is red, Lewis.
He said London's red?
That's Zane. He's saying that London's red. Oh, it's gone now, but he was saying that London is red on the super chat.
I'd lift up a Champions League, but I ain't got one.
What's all this? I don't know if someone is having a big wind up. It's about the Queen. Is that coming through? Someone saying the Queen. A lot of messages coming about the rest in peace, the Queen. The Queen is dead. A lot of these messages coming.
Nah, you're probably being trolled. That's a football Twitter thing. I've seen. There was this one weekend where everyone was just putting memes up about the Queen's death because someone spread a rumor saying she died. Probably just being trolled.
Oh, right. It's just that. I mean, that's quite an incredible. I'm just getting loads of it coming through. I don't know whether people are just. I don't know what they're doing. I don't know why they're saying things like that. But I mean,
I'll tell you what, people's nights must absolutely fucking fly by.
You know what?
Keyboard warriors.
Literally.
Incredible, mate. I don't know where the mentality of some of these people are. I don't understand it, mate. I just don't understand it. Jesus Christ!
Go and have a wild place.
Go out and have a beer. Oh, yeah, Christ's sake, putting all that crap up. Right, boys, I want to do something. Let's do a combined 11 between Chelsea and Arsenal. This should be fun.
All right, come on, let's do this.
We're in trouble here, Claude.
Nah.
I don't know. Right.
Oh dear.
Let's start. Are we agreed on the goalkeeper? Do we give them the goalkeeper, or I'm not sure here.
After the last game between us, I think we should just give us Kepa and keep moving.
All right, we'll give you Kepa because he is the most expensive keeper in the world, isn't he? I think. If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Right back. Who's your right back?
It's got to be Reece James. It's got to be Reece James. Even at this age, it's still got to be Reece James.
Any of you boys got an argument for rather than Reece James in?
What, better than Hector?
Can we put an argument with?
You know what?
Maitland-Niles, considering he's out of position, I think he's doing a pretty good job.
See, come on, give us the right.
I promise you guys, watch Reece James tomorrow. Even at his age, man. Right. You'll see, honestly.
This could be really embarrassing.
Well, let's go centre halves. I mean,
it probably won't be if the last couple of games are anything to go by. Because honestly, the guy's taken to the Premier League like a duck to water.
I can't even have David Luiz because he was fifth choice at your club, wasn't he?
Exactly. No, we're not having Luiz. Nope.
So, but no, I think even the centre. You've got to give us.
Aubameyang's got to be starting.
No.
No. When it comes to the attack, I'll be fair.
Well, Aubameyang in centre half.
Let's do the defence first. I mean, the back four. I would say the only thing I would say, I think we'll have Tierney at left back when he's fit, isn't he? He's better than what? Would you say? Who's your left back?
Have the left back because I'll take centre backs. You have the left back.
Yeah,
I don't really think there's another centre back that goes in.
At the moment, we've done 5 players and we've only got 1 in. So let's go. Midfield. Let's go for a midfield 3.
Midfield's peak as well. I'm sorry, I want all the midfield.
No, Mesut Ozil's
No,
got to be.
you got to.
Ozil.
Terrera's
Okay.
gotta
No,
be in there.
no.
Terrera's got to be in there.
Torreira's got to be in
No,
there, mate.
no.
Yeah,
No, I'm
Torreira's
sorry. I
gotta
want
be in
Jorginho, Kante, and Kovacic.
No,
All three of them.
Torreira's gotta be-
Oh,
No,
come on.
You got-
Torreira's
you got-
got to be. I'm
you got-
sorry.
Torreira, no, I'm not having
Torreira's
Torreira
got
in
to
there.
be in there.
I'm
Mesut
not
Ozil-
having Torreira in this combined 11.
I tell you
No
what,
way.
you can have the rest of the midfield. We'll have Torreira in there because, to be fair, the rest.
Nah,
of your
because we've
midfield
already
is
got
probably
Kante
better.
and he does double his job.
It's got to be Ozil. You can't. If there's one midfielder for Arsenal on his day, you've got to have Mesut Ozil. It's got to be Ozil.
What about this midfield then? Torreira,
Kante,
Kante, and Kovacic.
Nah, because that's just disrespecting Jorginho there. And you lot saw in the last game, until Jorginho came on the pitch, we were clueless. We didn't know what we were doing.
Yeah, but Jorginho
He should have
shouldn't
gone
been
off.
on the pitch. He
Hey,
shouldn't
so
have
should
been
have
on-
Luis.
Nah,
Lewis,
Jorginho's was worse than Luis's.
Lewis, you're an honest fan. You're an honest fan. You watched Ozil against Chelsea. How good was he? He was good. He
Some
was very
games,
good.
I saw him in the Europa League final, but I only saw him when he was walking off the pitch. I didn't see him do anything else on it.
I think, to be honest, he's one step. The problem with Ozil is he gets lazy because he's one step ahead of some of these other players. And yeah, he can't be bothered at times, and it's wrong. It's a disgusting attitude. But I think when he's playing well, when he's got good players around him, he's a quality player.
But here's the thing: don't you just feel
for me?
a bit disappointed with how everything's gone around with Ozil's career? At
Sorry,
Arsenal?
can I just?
Don't you feel like it could have just been a bit more?
Mate, I'm going to have to swallow my pride here, and I think that Mesut Ozil was played with a lot of shit.
Hold on, Claude. What was you saying, Claude?
Okay.
I think you wanted...
No.
Can you?
That's fair.
Oh, here he comes. Oh, here we come.
He's gone from Real Madrid to playing with all them players, and he's gone to like Nicholas Bentner. And, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I
Good
can hear
evening,
that.
Kenny.
I think Giroud was a bit underrated.
Guys?
Though.
Hey, guys, can you hear me?
Yeah, hey, Kenny.
All right, Danny.
Kenny.
All right, Lewis.
You
All
all
right,
right?
Johnny.
Yeah, what are you saying? You good?
Yeah, mate.
I'm good. I'm really sorry I'm late. It's just that I came back and I had to do a spot of shopping. Or if I didn't do shopping, my life would be hell.
Shopping is for women, not for men. Anyway, never mind.
I don't know, yeah.
Where'd you go,
well, I was
Kenny?
on the way.
Tesco's or Sainsbury's?
No, Sainsbury's, actually.
Good call,
Right.
mate. Yeah.
Kenny, we're doing a combine 11, and I happened to midfield.
Chelsea players.
Hey,
Well, like I said, Arisa Balaga in goal.
What was that?
Hello?
Hello,
You hear
yeah,
me?
go on. Yeah,
Well, I don't know. It's going to be
we've only
very
got
hard.
one Arsenal player. We've done 3 midfield and 4 backs, and the goalkeeper, and we've still only got 1 Arsenal player.
Have you got Arisa Balaga in goal?
Yep.
Have you got right back of Reece James?
Yep.
Have you got left back of Kieran? No, he's not. He's injured, isn't it? You got left back of who?
Kieran.
Oh no, we put Tierney in there.
You got Kieran Tierney left back.
Yeah.
And your
Gave you left
gone
back.
through. Who you got a centre half?
Tell you what, Tomori and Rudiger, those are the 2 I'm putting in there.
All right, in midfield, you Kante.
I'm saying Kante, Jorginho, and Kovacic.
Ruthless, Lewis. Ruthless.
I'm not
We've
too
got-
funny. It's hard
we've
to
got-
Only one I'm very
We've got
close with
Torreira
Ozil,
in
but
there.
I can't see which one I'd want to take out in
We've got to have
replacement.
Torreira in there. I'm sorry. We've got to have Torreira.
Nah, we can't have Torreira if Kante's
We've got
there.
to have Torreira in there.
Kante eliminates Torreira every time.
Who's your
You
front
got,
three? Who's your front three?
Front 3, we ain't got to yet. We actually ain't got to that.
Well, in terms of midfield, I think Kante's the best midfielder in the Premier in the
What
world.
about Ozil, Kenny?
So you
Kenny
gotta keep
Ozil.
him.
Mesut Ozil.
Not a chance. Not a chance.
Hey?
Yeah,
Not
I
a
wouldn't
chance.
have
I wouldn't have
Ozil in there. I would not have
Oh,
Ozil.
Well, Kenny, as they say, a lot of people have been saying to me, if you don't know what Ozil does, you don't understand football.
Yeah, but you know who's telling you that though?
People high up in the game.
Like who?
Me.
Well,
No.
Big Johnny.
No,
Right.
I think what's happened is that the Mesut Ozil ship has run its course now. In terms of right now, all you're getting from Mesut Ozil is hard work, closing down, and that's about it. But he was brought in. The reason why we brought him back in the side is because we weren't breaking teams down under Unai Emery. And where's our creativity? Well, since this season, he's only got 1 assist from a corner. He's got no goals.
No, fair enough. So I think what about the front three then? I mean, we've got to have Pepe.
Yeah.
Be there, isn't he?
What about
Actually, no, wait. Aubameyang's straight up. Aubameyang's in there. That's fine.
Aubameyang up front, then you've got to have off him. You've got to have Willian has to be one of the front three for me.
Yeah, and then
I'll
we'll have
take Willian in
Aubameyang and Pepe.
Yeah, have Aubameyang and Pepe. I'll give you.
Aubameyang and Pepe and Willian.
I wouldn't have Pepe. I would have Martinelli in over Pepe.
Ooh.
Considering he's done. Yeah, I would have Martinelli.
Interesting shout, you know.
Can
what you guys say?
Well, I think the thing with Martinelli, we're talking about genuine potential. Willian and Aubameyang could probably one other for me. Aubameyang because of his goal record. Willian's just Willian on his day. If you give that man space, he'll kill you. What he did at his performance at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium was probably out of this world. It was
amazing.
I've never seen anything like it for years. Because sometimes you look at Willian, and I know a lot of Chelsea fans say moves break down when he gets the ball, but he's probably one of the most effective players on his day in the Premiership.
On his day, yeah, but he's also a very frustrating player. He's had a great season this season. Last couple of seasons before that, though, he was frustrating.
I remember when he first joined Chelsea, a lot of their fans couldn't understand what he was doing. They couldn't understand, but he has grown and he is a top player. I must admit. But
yeah, he's done a lot. He's stepped up this season. I'll give him that. He's done a good job.
I think if Hudson-Odoi was injury free and he was playing the football that I thought he would have played, he probably would have been one of the front three for me. But he just hasn't played enough football for me, Hudson-Odoi.
He needs a lot more time to come back from this injury.
Yeah.
I don't think he's still niggling a little bit, but I think his recovery's taken a lot longer than we expected it to.
If you've done it on sheer work rate, then you've got to put Lacazette in there. The only thing with Lacazette is his finishing lets him down because his work rate's superb.
Yeah.
That's why I'd put.
Yeah, you got a lot of Arsenal fans have turned on Lacazette.
What's that? Mate?
I think the thing with Lacazette is that a lot of Arsenal fans they saw his goal record when he was at Lyon, and they expected kind of the same, that kind of player. But I think he's much more than a goal scorer. And I think what's happened is, if you look at Lacazette, I think, Atletico Madrid were after him. In hindsight, it was probably suited to the Spanish game rather than our game. In hindsight, I said.
Can I say something about Lacazette? I don't think he'll be here in the summer. I think he'll be off. I honestly...
What about, Danny, do you think Aubameyang will be off as well? Because you've got to look at the situation. We don't get direct Champions League involvement through the Europa League, then we have to look at the situation that if someone offers us 40 million or 50 million pounds for Aubameyang, it has to be considered.
I think Aubameyang will still be here, but I just think Lacazette will be off. The way he's playing at the moment, it just strikes me as a player who doesn't want to be here. Like, people can say about his work rate, but work rate is a given. Do you know what I mean? That should be with every player that puts on the Arsenal shirt. But I just think I just think there's something going on off the pitch that maybe we're not privy to. And I just think I can just see him not being here at the end of the season. Aubameyang's come out and said that he's rubbish the rumours, and I can't imagine why he would come out and say that.
Cristiano Ronaldo in 2009 rubbish rumours that he was going to Real Madrid. At the end of that season, he went to Sir Alex and said, "I want to go," and that's when they upped the price. I think players just want to carry on their season. They leave all that speculation to June, don't you think?
But look how many players have gone to Real Madrid and not done it. Do you think Aubameyang will do it at Real Madrid?
Well, the brand of football,
easy.
If they play attacking football, and like I said, it's all because they could do with a striker, because Benzema's just not up to it. Benzema's like the present favourite, but really and truly, you would think that someone like Aubameyang is an upgrade on Benzema.
But how many
think
seasons do you really think Real Madrid is going to get out of Aubameyang?
But he's a natural goal. Aubameyang's a natural goal scorer. His record is up there with Kane, Messi. I think he's about 4th or 5th in Europe over the last 6 years. Aubameyang is just a goal scoring machine. He'll score wherever he goes. And I think he'll still score at the age of 34, 35.
I just think unless the club get an offer of over 100 million, I just don't think he's going anywhere.
Well, what about 70 million? 70 million? Would you take 70 million for Aubameyang?
He's only got 1 year left, Daniel.
Do you know what? I would take 70 million. I'd take 70 million, and then I'd go and spend that on Upamecano, RB Leipzig. I would go and literally, I'd take that money and buy him, and then I'd have him and
quite a super chats coming in, boys. I've just got to do these super chats. Lewis, do you rate
Pulisic? Yeah, Pulisic had a slow start at Chelsea, but ever since he got the hat trick at Burnley, he's been firing. Wish he had a little bit better end product, but I know it's going to develop in him eventually. I'm just enjoying it right now. Pulisic just had a really good start to the season, yeah.
Lewis, can I just ask you a question? What's happened with Pedro? Is he injured, or is he just not getting in your team?
Just not really getting game time. I don't think he's injured, but even if he was injured, whenever he wasn't, he was barely playing for us. He'll be one of those players who probably leads in the summer.
Who's keeping that aside? Is it the young lad from Portsmouth keeping that aside?
Mason Mount.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mason Mount's usually playing in the midfield. It's more just Pulisic, Hudson-Odoi, and Willian that are keeping Pedro out.
Oh right.
Because we usually play him on the right wing.
Yeah, because Pedro's been a menace to Arsenal over the years.
Yeah,
Pedro, I love Pedro. He's like a little bulldog. Never stops running, but he's slowed down a lot this year. Oh, where did Claude go?
Maybe he's gone.
Maybe he's not a fan of Pedro.
It's Claude.
Do you know what though? Just going back to Lacazette, Kenny. The only thing that worried me with Lacazette is when he weren't starting ahead of Giroud in the French team.
Sorry about that, boys.
We're getting rid of Giroud.
Right. Bloody hell, what's going on here?
I think the thing with this target man. I think the reason why Chelsea bought him of us was because they were desperate for a target man, and he was available. And I think with France, if you saw the World Cup, he didn't actually have a shot on target or score a goal. But players like Mbappe and like Griezmann benefit from his presence in the team.
Sorry, boys. I went there for a minute. Sorry about that. Zane was asking as well when Ty's coming on. Zane, if I had to put Ty on here, I'd have to wait till midnight to get him on here. He has got no idea how to work this system. Where's all that noise coming from?
I'm not sure.
Is that you, Kenny?
Yes, me. I'm coming out. Don't worry, it's me.
No, come out and come back in, mate.
No.
Is somebody on a mobile phone?
Hello, Claude?
Yeah, all right, mate. Sorry.
No, it's me.
Yeah,
because I don't put my headphones in. I'm back. Yeah, I'm better.
Yeah. Right, no, sorry about that, boys. I disappeared for a minute there. I don't know what happened there. The modern thing goes wrong now and again. What else is there? Yeah, let's have your score predictions for the game on tomorrow night. Big game tomorrow, 8:15 kickoff. I don't know why it's on 8:15, but
hey, that gives me more time to chill, so I'm not complaining.
Right, Johnny, start with you, Johnny. How do you think it'll go, mate?
And on art, I think the best Arsenal can hope for is a draw. I think we're gonna really, really miss Aubameyang. I think that's the key tomorrow, because when you're playing the big boys, Lacazette needs a goal seriously. Martinelli will be coming in. I think Aubameyang we will miss, a big player for that sort of game. We're certainly going to miss him. I'm going to go for a draw for best for Arsenal, but I can see Chelsea winning, sadly.
All right. What about you, Daniel?
I'm gonna go for a 2-1 Arsenal win, just simply because. Just simply because I think that it's still going to be fresh in their minds what Chelsea done to us at the Emirates, because it's only been a couple of weeks ago since that happened, and I think Arteta will have drummed into these players not to get complacent and make the same mistakes as what we made in the game at the Emirates. I think I also think as well that he will probably end up dropping Lacazette and starting Nketiah, just because he's more of a goal threat at the moment than Lacazette, and putting him next to Martinelli and then having Pepe on the other side. But yeah, I'm going for a 2-1. I'm going for 2-1 Arsenal.
The only trouble is that Nketiah can't really hold the ball up, and that might be a problem. But I don't think maybe he might go for it. But yeah, we'll see. Kenny, how'd you go for it? How'd you go, mate?
For me, the thing is, one thing about Chelsea, you can't let them get out of the traps. You let Chelsea get out of the traps, they're going to murder us. And don't let them start quickly. So we have to be on the front foot. The teams that have beaten Chelsea at the Bridge have basically put men behind the ball and basically like picked their moments to attack, like the West Hams, the Southamptons, and hit them on the break and took them by surprise. Now, whether Arteta can play that way, I have my doubts. I think if you go toe-to-toe with Chelsea, they're a better football team than us. And then what will happen? It will encourage them. Once they give us spaces, they'll murder us. So if Arteta plays like I think he'll play, we're losing 3-1.
Oh, oh my God.
I'm enjoying this.
They say I'm bloody negative. God help us.
No, but seriously, Claude. Look, seriously, Claude. Lewis will tell you how teams have gone to this bridge and got results. All the teams that have gone to the bridge and got results, basically, like I said, defended for their lives, put men behind the ball. Chelsea struggled to break them down, and then they will take both sides on the break. West Ham did it. Southampton did it.
Yep.
Liverpool were just too strong for them, so they didn't do it. But the teams that have less than Chelsea, and we're in that category of one playing that way. If we're capable of playing that way, then so be it. But if we don't play that way, we'll get murdered.
Yeah.
Yep, exactly the way you said it. If you lot sit deep against us and try to stop us.
How do you think it will go, Claude?
I'm going to ask Lewis. I'm going to ask Lewis. What do you feel, Lewis, about this game? How do you feel it will go?
Here's the thing. You lot aren't going to sit deep against us, and you lot are going to actually try and test us. So I'm quietly confident about this one. I think it will be a lot easier. I think it won't be as hard as the last game was, because we're going to be at home and we'll have the home advantage. I think you lot are going to come out a lot stronger than you did against us in the first game, but I think we'll be able to come out and give you the same as well. I think Chelsea will be able to beat you guys.
Well, that's scoreline.
I said 3-1 on the AFTV preview, so I'm going to go for 3-1.
All right, that's right. I'll have to have a look at that. Sorry, who was that with, Lewis?
I was just with Robbie earlier today. It was after I met you, I think. I saw you before.
Oh, right. I'll have to look at that later on. In fact, right. Chadwick has just come in with a super chat. Ozil screwed us against Sheffield United, overpowering those through balls to Martinelli. Ozil better have a good game against Chelsea. Well, I don't know. I'm not sure whether Mesut Ozil will start tomorrow. I've got a funny feeling that Mesut Ozil will not play tomorrow, and Ceballos will play. I might be wrong,
I think
just got that
Sabaya.
feeling.
I think Ceballos would be the better option, to be honest.
Yeah, I got that feeling. I think Kenny might agree with it. Ozil won't play tomorrow. I just got that feeling that Ozil
He won't be
will not play
missed. It
tomorrow.
won't be missed if he didn't play anyway. It's very rare that he is trusted to play in big games away from him anyway. And I don't see that changing under Arteta. Arteta, can write as many beautiful poems about him as a player, but whether he trusts him or not, it remains to be seen.
Do you think Bellerin will play tomorrow?
Good question. I can't rule it out. I really can't rule it out because I think what's happened is that I think the thing is, right, if Bellerin came back the way he was, still at his pace, then it's not an issue. Maitland-Niles wouldn't get a look in. But the problem is that Maitland-Niles has got a bit of form. He's getting the protection he's getting normally. And the thing about it is that what Bellerin's going to come back because he's come back from 2 serious injuries. He's had a groin injury and a knee injury. Now, I'm not saying he's going to lose his pace, but he's still not sharp.
Yeah.
I just think with the intensity that Arteta wants to play, I just think because Maitland-Niles has played an awful lot of games this season.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering if that's why he's kept Bellerin out for a while because he's been fit for about a couple of weeks now, isn't he, Bellerin? He's been fit for a couple of weeks just not playing. So I'm wondering if maybe
would you play? Is this the sort of game that you'll play Bellerin, or would you play him against Bournemouth on Monday?
To be honest, I will play him in this game just because I think he might be able to. I just think he is probably. I just think Maitland-Niles needs a rest. I really do. For all well, Maitland-Niles has done really well. He has done. For a player that's playing out of position, but he's played an awful lot of games, and I just think maybe putting Bellerin in there, maybe not for the whole game, but maybe just for maybe like the first half or something, or even just bring him up like the second half. But I just think maybe give him a half of football just to see what I can do.
Yeah. Yeah, Alexander Gomez has come in with a super chat. Can someone turn their TV down, please?
That's probably me, isn't it? I had silent witness on.
Hey, right.
He's watching.
Let's have a look.
Hey Kenny, are you watching Mesut Ozil's highlights?
No, exactly. Yeah, what highlights? Anyway, I'm gonna go.
What I'm doing is I'm watching. The news is all about the royal family.
Well, what's happened? Right. What's happened?
I don't know. Well, like the Duchess of Sussex, and they retired from royal duties, but that's not really news anyway. The biggest news is Arsenal Chelsea tomorrow.
Oh, yeah. Forget that. I'm going to go for a draw tomorrow. I'm going to go for a draw. But I think we'll get a draw there tomorrow. I think it'll be 2-2, and I'm going to say Martinelli's going to shine tomorrow. I think he's going to get the first goal for us. So I'm going to go 2-2. I think, unfortunately, even if we win, I think our Champions League hopes have gone anyway. Even if we win, I think.
Look, Claude, mathematically, you can't say it until it's done mathematically. All right, mentally, it's probably gone, but mathematically, you've got to keep fighting. That's what Arsenal. That's what you expect of Arsenal Football Club players to keep fighting and treat every big game with something on it.
To be honest, I would forget the league and just concentrate on the Europa League. Personally, I think we've got I think we should do a similar thing to what Man United did a few years ago and just throw all your eggs into one basket. And because I can't see us getting back into that top 4 because we got.
Sorry, Ken, I didn't mean to put that out. Sorry, where's that gone?
I think it's because I had my TV on.
Zane says 3-0 to Arsenal. Up the Arsenal. Thank you, Zane, for that.
I was confident.
And
Jesus, what 3-0?
Well, we know we haven't won the bridge. We haven't won the bridge since 2011, the Van Persie hat trick.
Yeah,
wasn't that when we won 5-3?
Yeah,
that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, let's
And
talk about that one.
last year when we lost 3-2, we had a catalogue of chances. I mean, a catalogue of chances in the first half.
Do you know what?
Yeah, into that first half, you lot were just punching the hell out of us.
Yeah.
The thing that was more impressive about that 5-3 was that fucking Andrew Santos scored.
Steve.
Yes, he got the equaliser, innit?
He got the equaliser. Can you believe it?
4-0 Chelsea's a bit optimistic, Steve, but I mean, on their day it could happen.
Hey, we will take that. I'm fine with that.
Yeah, think about it, Claude. Claude. Yeah, you think about this Chelsea team. If they catch you cold and they put their foot on the front, they're not going to let it go.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. And if and that's one of my biggest worries. Do not let them get on the front foot, for the love of God.
Yeah, and also drop Mustafi and bring back in Socrates.
Yeah, no, but funny you say it's divided opinion. A lot of people thought this is a strange one, actually. Funny you should say that, Daniel. A lot of people thought Mustafi had a good game Saturday.
Do you know what, Claude? He had a good game up until there was a moment after Sheffield United got their equaliser where he
he has a mistake
gave the ball away, and Sheffield United nearly scored. And for me, that just sums up Mustafi as a player. And
look,
if you do that against Chelsea, they're going to score. There's no other ways about it. If he does that against...
The thing is, Danny, right? I'll say it once. You say the thing about Arsenal, especially Arsenal. You don't really notice that with other teams, but Arsenal are only on Arsenal defence is only as good as the midfielders in front of them, and Torreira's going to have to work his nuts off tomorrow, because what's happening, right, is that he's got to protect that defence, because there's going to be a lot of runners like Mount, Willian. You know what's happening. Kante is going to come from that holding position, and he's going to be another extra man in the box as well. Trust me, we're going to need so much protection for that defence, because there's teams that run at you, and then there's Chelsea.
Yeah, Kenny. I mean, I agree. I think this is the biggest test so far for Arteta, because it's away from home. I think this is his biggest.
And also, he's top goal scorer.
Lewis.
Well, that's
to you, mate. This season, Chelsea. You think top four is what you're now? Is that, would you be satisfied with that this season? Is that what you're aiming at?
Oh, definitely. Just for this season, yeah, definitely. I'm taking top four. I didn't even expect us to play this well at the start of the season. I thought this season would have been terrible, especially when we lost 4-0 to United first game of the season. I thought this is going to be a long, long season. Yeah, I'm happy with where we are right now. I'm not complaining.
Right, so we were, and what about the Champions League? You're still in that, aren't you? I mean, you're still in the Champions League. How far do you think you'll go in that?
Well, got Bayern next, ain't we?
Oh,
so I don't know. I mean, we gave them one of the most embarrassing moments in their club's history, so they want revenge, and we could get slapped. But
they're
also don't know, because it's Chelsea, innit? You can never put Chelsea out.
I think where's the first leg? Where's the first leg?
First leg's at the Bridge, so if we can try and keep a clean sheet, I mean, this season we struggle to keep a clean sheet against anybody, really, but if we can keep a clean sheet, who knows what happens at the end.
Do you know what? A 0-0 at home in the first leg, I think, is as good result, because if you score one over there, then they have to get two to win. So it's not bad to get a 0-0 at home. I've always thought that. And I actually believe. I actually believe it's an advantage to play at home first. And I don't know why everyone says, because if you're the home team, right, they have to come from behind. So they have to. The team that loses the first leg, like if the away team loses the first leg, they've got to come. They've got to chase the game. So I always think the home leg. To me, I don't know why everyone goes mad saying no, it's better to play away first. I always think playing the home leg first is an advantage.
I don't know. If you're Liverpool, and you play the second leg of Anfield, you could afford to lose about 5-0 because
that's different. Liverpool are a different case. In general, I find home first. Look at when we played AC Milan and we were away first and we lost 4-0. We had to chase the game, didn't we? And we nearly done it 3-0, but we couldn't get it in the end.
Let's not talk about playing the first leg against Bayern at home. Away we lost 5-1, and we could have. And in the second leg we lost 5-1 again at home.
Yeah,
let's not talk about that.
Yeah.
That's terrible.
Yeah. True.
I think the Champions League hasn't missed us.
True. Right. I think Chelsea will have a tough game, but you never know. But I don't think you expect Chelsea to go all the way in this competition, do you? My team that could do too well now is Man City, because they've got the league. I think they're giving up on the league now. I think they'll put all their eggs into that Champions League.
Trust me, Man City won't win the Champions League because they concede too many goals. They can't win the Champions League like that. Not playing like that. Not with that defence. No way.
Yeah, true.
It's a tricky one.
Right. Well, I'm going to wrap it up now, boys. Thank you so much for coming on. Johnny, thank you so much for coming on, mate.
Thanks for having us.
Always a pleasure.
Thank you.
I don't know if you're going to be in... you at the bridge tomorrow?
No, I'm not there tomorrow, mate. No, school night, so which is often some of the games now. It's just ruining football for me.
Yeah. I know this 8:15 is a nonsense. I know what you mean. Daniel, will you be watching it at home, or are you?
Yeah, I'm at home, mate. Because if I come up, I won't get home till 3:30.
Yeah, that's true. No chance of getting. No chance, really. I know you're going, Kenny. Stay on the line.
You don't go.
Stay on the line.
Don't worry, Claude. I need an escort, so you're coming with me.
No, but stay on the line because I have a phone problem. So stay on the line.
Kenny wants to get his autograph with Mesut Ozil.
Right, yeah.
No, you know what? I don't think. Thank God Mesut Ozil doesn't watch AFTV. Probably never doesn't know. Ever heard of me,
exactly. And Lewis, I know you'll be doing your thing for Blues Fan TV tomorrow. You'll be outside the ground doing your fan cams.
I'll see you after the game.
And then you'll be.
Hey, Lewis, is there any Chelsea monuments that we could that I could pose after you sat in the cannon?
Nope. Sorry, you're not.
Is anyone pulled him up about that? Is anyone pulled?
I didn't realise. What's this about sitting on the cannon?
Oh, we finished. We were. What was it? We left you guys after. You lot were finished with AFTV, and we saw the cannon. I saw that. I was like, "Nah, I need to get a photo. I just jumped up. I got a photo. And we just left. Nothing big.
Lewis,
everyone got rattled off that
Lewis,
photo. And it was
can you do me a favour? Next time you come to the Emirates, right? On the Ken Fryer Bridge, there's a Cesc Fabregas flag there. Right?
Oh yeah, I know.
Can you take it down and take it to the bridge with you?
No. You know what? It's respectful. I'm waiting for the Ashley Cole one too. Is there an Ashley Cole one?
No,
I don't think there is. But, anyway, we're going to wrap it up.
I only know one proper fullback for Arsenal. That was Nigel Winterburn. I don't know if it's Ashley Cole. Never heard of him.
No, Kenny Sampson was better.
Yeah, exactly. Let's not go into it. Thanks a lot, boys. Thanks for coming on. Thank you, everyone, for watching. All your over 100 people was watching that on tonight. Thank you for all your comments as well. Be back again probably later in the week, and probably with another show reviewing the game as well. All I can say, take care, everyone. Thank you. Bye.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers, mate.
See you, mate.
Cheers.
Hold on.